You don't lose your strength all at once. It slips away quietly every time standing up takes more effort than it used to. Every time you reach for a shelf and feel that hesitation. Every time a flight of stairs feels like a mountain. Here's the truth. After 60, you can lose up to 3% of your muscle mass every year, just from doing less. But here's the good news. You can take it back. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple but powerful exercises that restore not just strength, but independence, and yes, even confidence, starting with nothing more than a chair. No gym, no fancy gear, just your body, and a few minutes a day. So stick around, because what you'll learn today could make the difference between needing help and saying proudly, "I've got this." If you enjoy tips that help you move better and age stronger, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. And hey, tell me in the comments, which one of these movements do you already do, or know you need to? 1. Chair squats, reclaiming the power hidden in your legs. Here's something funny. You've probably stood up from a chair tens of thousands of times in your life. And yet, when's the last time you actually thought about how you did it? Was it smooth and strong? Or did you grunt a little? Did your knees creak like a haunted door? Or did you quietly use your arms to cheat your way up without even realizing? It's okay, we've all been there. But that's exactly why this simple movement matters more than ever. What's really happening when you stand up? When you rise from a chair, it's not just your legs doing the work. It's a whole team effort. Your quads, glutes, hips, core, and even your brain coordinating balance and control. Now imagine one teammate calls in sick. That's how it feels when your muscles weaken quietly over time. The effort increases, the motion slows, and suddenly everyday things, getting up, climbing stairs, stepping into the tub, feel harder than they should. So let me ask, if you're starting to push yourself up with your hands more often, is that a smart shortcut or an early warning sign? Why chair squats deserve your attention? Chair squats aren't flashy. They won't make you Instagram famous, but they just might save you from a fall, a hospital bill, or losing your independence sooner than expected. Here's what they give you in return. Leg strength, especially in your quads and glutes, your get-up-and-go muscles. Balance and coordination. You build control from the ground up. Freedom. Getting off the couch, in and out of the car, up the stairs, and yes, maybe even onto a dance floor if the mood strikes. Think about it. What's more valuable, toned abs or legs that can carry you through every stage of aging? How to do it right. No gym, no drama. 1. Grab a solid chair. No wheels, no sinking cushions. 2. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and your toes pointed slightly outward. 3. Cross your arms or place them straight out in front for balance. No cheating with hand support. 4. Lower yourself slowly, like you're about to sit, but control the descent. 5. Pause for a second right before your backside touches the seat. Feel that burn? That's your glutes saying hello. 6. Now rise, squeezing through your thighs and glutes. Spine tall, no momentum. 7. Start with 10 reps, once a day. That's all it takes to make a real difference. Want to level it up? Try holding light hand weights, or hover above the chair for 3 seconds before standing. Do it during TV commercial breaks, no excuses. Have your legs slowly become passengers, when they used to be the drivers? Because let's be honest, if standing up from your favorite recliner feels like climbing Everest, it's time to bring those muscles back to life. The beauty of chair squats is that they're simple, scalable, and surprisingly effective. They're not about fitness goals, they're about life goals. And for many people over 60, this one movement becomes the make or break point between relying on help or doing it yourself with pride. Fun fact, the average American stands up from a chair 60 times a day. Now imagine doing it stronger, smoother, and without bracing on the armrest like it's a life raft. Chair squats don't need music, mirrors, or motivation quotes. They just need you, a little patience, and the willingness to show up for your body, one rep at a time. Because standing tall, that's not just physical, it's personal. 2. Scapular squeeze, straightening more than just your spine. So you've got your legs back in business with those chair squats. But let me ask you this. What's the point of standing tall if your upper body is still slouching like it lost the will to live? Think about it. Ever catch a glimpse of yourself in a window reflection and think, wait, when did I start looking like a question mark? Yeah, you're not alone. Most of us spend hours hunched over phones, tablets, newspapers, dinner plates, you name it. And over time, that quiet hunch becomes your default setting, the new normal posture. Spoiler, it's not a good look, and it's even worse for your health. Why this tiny motion packs a big punch. The scapular squeeze isn't glamorous. It doesn't get you six-pack abs, but it can literally unfold your upper body, restoring mobility, strength, and dignity, one squeeze at a time. Ever feel like your lungs aren't getting a full breath anymore? You might be surprised to learn. It's not your lungs, it's your posture crushing them. Here's what slouching can quietly sabotage. Your lung capacity. Yes, breathing gets harder. Your shoulder mobility. Think, struggling to reach a high shelf. Your spine alignment. Hello, neck and upper back pain. And the longer you stay in that slouched position, the harder it is to reverse. But not impossible, especially with this next move. How to do the scapular squeeze, aka the pencil pinch. You don't need a gym. You don't even need to stand. You just need a resistance band, or even a rolled towel if you're improvising, and a willingness to fight the slow collapse forward. Here's how to do it. 1. Sit or stand tall. Think royal, not rigid. 2. Hold the band at chest level, arms out, elbows gently bent. 3. Pull outward, like you're trying to stretch the band in two. 4. Now, here's the key. Squeeze your shoulder blades together like they're trying to hold a pencil. 5. Hold for 2 seconds. Release slowly. Repeat 10 to 12 times. Need a visual? Imagine you're trying to unhunch the last 10 years of desk jobs and scrolling. So what happens when you actually do this? Within just a few sessions, many people feel more open breathing, like your lungs finally got room service, reduced neck tension, less shoulder strain when lifting, reaching, or even sleeping over time. You start to look more confident because you're actually standing that way. You gain the mobility to do simple things with ease, putting on a coat, reaching into the cupboard, hugging someone without pain. Curious question. When was the last time you stood tall on purpose? Not for anyone else, but for yourself. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Good posture isn't about vanity. It's about functionality. When your shoulders are rounded, your neck strained, and your chest collapsed, every other part of your body starts to compensate poorly. But with this one subtle move, you're not just straightening your spine. You're realigning how you breathe, move, and show up in the world. And honestly, what could feel better than that? 3. The floor push, reclaiming power from the ground up. Now that you've straightened up with the scapular squeeze, let's talk about something more serious and surprisingly overlooked. What if your biggest danger isn't falling, but not being able to get back up? It sounds dramatic until it happens. One unexpected slip, one awkward landing, and suddenly, you're staring at the ceiling thinking, okay, now what? That's where push-ups come in, but not the kind you see in boot camp montages. We're talking about real-life strength, the ability to lift yourself up, steady yourself, and stay independent with no cape or gym membership required. Why do push-ups matter now more than ever? Let's be honest. Most people think push-ups are for military recruits or YouTube fitness gurus. But here's the truth. Push-ups are one of the most functional, full-body movements you'll ever do. Ask yourself, can you open a heavy door without straining your shoulder? Can you lift a grocery bag without wobbling? Or better yet, can you catch yourself when you stumble? If the answer is maybe or not confidently, then listen up. This is your movement. Here's proper push-up practice helps you with chest strength for lifting, bracing, and pushing. Arm power. No more shaking arms trying to push off the couch. Core stability. for protecting your spine and keeping you balanced. This isn't about looking toned, it's about being ready. How to get started without face planting. Push-ups have levels, and no, you're not starting on the floor. Let's build from the top down. 1. Wall push-ups. Stand facing a wall, place your hands at shoulder height, and push your body toward and away from the wall. Simple, low impact, and surprisingly effective. 2. Kitchen counter push-ups. A little more challenge. Step back from the countertop and angle your body. Lower your chest toward the edge and push back up with control. 3. Incline push-ups, like using a bench or sturdy table. You're now working with gravity. This one builds real power while still being joint-friendly. 4. Knee push-ups on the floor. Hands shoulder-width apart, knees on the ground. Lower yourself slowly, keeping a straight line from knees to shoulders. This is the sweet spot where upper body and core strength start to click. 5. Traditional push-ups, for the bold and balanced. This is the full move, toes on the ground, straight body line, controlled breathing. Don't worry if it takes time to get here. Progress, not perfection. If your dog stares in confusion during wall push-ups, you're doing it right. Let's get real. Could you push yourself off the floor today if you had to, without rolling to one side or calling for help? That question alone is worth practicing. Because losing the ability to push yourself up isn't just inconvenient. It can be the difference between recovery and danger. And here's something wild. Push-ups can even improve posture. That hunched back you just worked on with scapular squeezes, push-ups support that spine from the front, creating balance and alignment through the chest and core. So next time you think, push-ups at my age, remember, this isn't about looking tough. It's about staying capable. Because real strength doesn't mean lifting a barbell. It means lifting yourself. With control, with confidence, and with zero hesitation when life throws you a curveball. 4. Heel-to-toe walk. The balance you didn't know you were losing. So, your upper body's stronger. You've reclaimed the push. But now comes the question no one wants to ask. Can you trust your balance, or is it quietly betraying you? Most people assume falling comes from weak muscles. But in reality, it's coordination that gives out first, not your strength. It's that subtle disconnect between your brain, your feet, and the space around you. And unfortunately, most of us don't notice until we're on the floor thinking, wait, what just happened? That's why the heel-to-toe walk matters. It might look like a kid playing on a pretend tightrope, but it's actually one of the smartest, simplest ways to test and train your balance in motion. Why this move is so deceptively powerful. Let's paint a picture. You're walking across the living room. You turn slightly to grab your coffee, and suddenly, the floor feels a little off. You catch yourself, this time. But here's the question. Would your balance catch you again, or was that just luck? Unlike standing still, the heel-to-toe walk challenges you while moving, which is exactly how and when most falls happen. Turning, reaching, stepping over a rug, navigating stairs while talking. And this move puts all the right systems to the test. Foot and ankle strength, core stability, spatial awareness, aka where is my body right now? Reaction timing, how to practice, tightrope optional. No equipment, no mat, no excuses, just you and the floor. 1. Stand tall. Gaze forward, not down at your feet. 2. Extend your arms slightly out for balance. Think airplane mode. 3. Step forward so your heel touches the toe of the other foot. 4. Take 10 slow, focused steps forward in a straight line. 5. Stop. Turn slowly. Take 10 steps back. Sound easy? Now try it. On a yoga mat or carpet for extra wobble. With your eyes closed, only when it's 100% safe and maybe near a wall or countertop. Fair warning, your cat may judge you. But your hips, ankles, and brain will thank you. Sneaky signs your balance needs work. You hold on to furniture when walking, just in case. You avoid turning quickly or stepping over things. You've bumped into door frames more than once this week, we won't tell. If any of these ring true, the heel-to-toe walk isn't just a fun drill, it's your early warning system. Because balance isn't something you fix after a fall. It's something you train to avoid one altogether. When was the last time you actually tested your balance? Before it tested you. This is your chance to get ahead of the curve and ahead of gravity, because the ability to walk with confidence, not caution, is something no one should lose quietly. It starts here, with 10 focused steps and a little patience. And remember, you don't need to walk like a gymnast. You just need to walk like someone who plans to stay upright for decades to come. 5. Calf raises, strength that starts at the ankles. Now that you've taken a few tightrope steps and tested your balance, let's head lower, all the way to your ankles. Because here's a question worth asking. Are your calves quietly sabotaging your entire lower body? Sounds dramatic, but think about this. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or even stand still, your calf muscles are working behind the scenes to keep you moving. Your calves absorb impact every time your foot hits the ground. Weak calves equals more stress on your knees and hips. And guess what? That leads to more pain and less mobility over time. So ask yourself, are your calves working with you or barely showing up for the job? Final thought. The best part about calf raises, you don't need to sweat. You don't even need to schedule time for them. Just build them into your day when you're brushing your teeth, waiting for the microwave, or talking on the phone. Because every rep adds up. Every heel lift is a signal to your body that you're still building, still pushing, still moving forward. And the next time you take the stairs, you'll know your calves didn't just carry you. They carried your confidence too. Let's be honest. You've just learned 5 movements that don't just strengthen your body. They reconnect you with it. Because standing taller, walking steadier, and lifting yourself up without struggle, that's not just fitness, that's freedom. These aren't just exercises. They're a reminder that even after 60, you're still building, still growing, and still capable of showing up stronger than yesterday. And the best part? You're doing it your way, gently, wisely, and with purpose. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these moves surprised you the most? Which one are you going to try today? Leave emoji in the comments if you're in. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss the next guide from Healthy Aging Vault. If you're wondering what to eat to fuel all this progress, check out our next video on the best foods to rebuild muscle and joint strength after 60. You've got the moves. Now let's power them from the inside out. Because aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means living smarter and stronger than ever.